So part 2 of the video, like I say, it'll be in a few parts this video to make it easier for people to do the steps. So next steps basically involve, you've got to turn this centre shaft here clockwise, and you can see it opens up the springs, and then what you do is you remove that shaft like that and pull it out. So you essentially leave that stuff left behind. Then that's located on a little dowel behind that can be pulled off if you want to. It just fits. If you see a slot in there and a dowel on there, and then that goes back on. So that stays essentially like that. Then what you have to do next point is you have to put the backing plate on like this, with your screws in place, and you have to set it to full clockwise. So put the screws in there. Blah, 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 blah. Not easy when you've got engine bars in the way, I can tell you that for a fact. So yeah, screw those in. And you just nip it, you don't want to go tight. That's why I'm using the wrong screwdriver, because it doesn't make any difference, because it hasn't got to be tightened up. It just wants to be nipped in place, because it will be adjusted before you run it. But for mounting purposes, you put that like that. So you go full clockwise position. I think I'll just check on the instructions, but I'm pretty certain it's clockwise if I remember. And just nip that in place gently like that. Yep, it's fully, there you can see it there, setting in fully clockwise along the adjustment slots. So yeah, fully clockwise like that. And then next point of call is you put your rotor basically on in the centre. Now the issue you have with these is, as you can see, you've got the two lugs here sticking up, and your rotor goes on this way like that. So what you have to do is you have to tighten the nut in the centre. It's the easiest way to do this. Tighten that in the centre. Not really tight, just nip it up. I use a little Mac gun on it just to gently nip it up, and you have to get the poles, so your magnets have to be in line down the back here. Your magnets have to be in line, because this is obviously set at TDC. I've already done that. So at top dead centre, your magnets have to be in line with those two poles, both magnets, as you can see, which they are. So then what you have to do is tighten that up with those held in that place. So tighten it up like so. That's it. So they're in there like that. Then what I suggest you do is you tighten that nut up reasonably tight with a gun. Just gun it in a little bit, or a spanner, whatever you've got, just so it's nipped up. And then you need a hammer, and you tap gently on the end of the shaft here when it's tight. The reason to do that is, it says it in the instructions to do it as well, believe it or not, but the reason for that is then you can take this off. I've already done this, but obviously it's pretty difficult to do it with one hand when I'm filming, but yeah, you do that, and then what that does is, when you turn this over, you will see, I don't know if you can see it, but there will be little indentations. You can probably see them there on the outside edge. That tells you where the lugs are. Now what I do normally is I normally file those out, drill a little hole and then file them, and then it's got something to locate on, because otherwise essentially that's not flat on there, which I think is, in my opinion, not a great design. So I can see where the marks are in the corners there. You see them, two little marks opposite each other, 180 degrees. And then what I will do with those is I will drill those and I will file them so it fits properly, because in my opinion, to just fit it on top of those two lugs is just not correct. But you know, everyone's got their own way of doing things. And then we know it's roughly in the right place. So I will do that and then make another video after this.